Okay, so I've been meaning to do a video just kind of showing how to do the analysis of Squirrel Lab for a little while now. Just because it tends to be a larger data set and there's probably some really simple tricks that will make it just a little bit easier for you guys to do. So I figured I would just get that taken care of. It's actually a Saturday in the middle of, or it's a Tuesday in the middle of the summer, so I don't really have a whole lot going on. Um, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, that's just an old file I was working with. So here's the data. We're going to download it as Excel, which you guys should be pretty familiar with at this point in time. Here we go. And the first thing we're going to do is go through the data, right? And so the vast majority of our species are gray squirrels. I'm going to get rid of everything that's not a gray squirrel, first off and foremost. So I'm going to sort by species. So A to Z. Yes, I want to do that. And we're just going to get rid of these because it doesn't make sense to compare across species when you have that small an end. The vast one, it's all gray squirrels. Oh, and there's a few reds there. And we're just going to get rid of these. Okay, so we got gray squirrels. Let's look at what our response variables are. Latitude, longitude, habitat. Let's look at proximity. Yeah, I think I'll do proximity to animal. Okay. And so I'm just getting rid of everything else that is not proximity, right? Because I just want that one thing. I don't care about wind speed. And then here's all the behavioral data, right? Okay. The first thing we got to do is, like, let's say my hypothesis is that squirrels that are closer will establish more vigilant behavior. So let's sort this, and let's just get the ones that are close to the ones that are far away. And we'll expand the selection, right? And so it looks like, move this down. I'm just going to move this back up to the top so we know what we're looking at, right? And it looks like, let's see. If we do 20 feet and under, that'd be 51. 20 feet and above would be. So yeah, let's say we're doing under 20 feet, or 20 feet and under, and then over 20 feet. Oh, wait, there's 5 to 10. Now that should still be fine. Okay, and so it kind of rearranges data a little bit weird, but we can kind of see where our data is grouping. Okay, so we're just going to make two groups. This will be less than 20. And remove that up. Oop. I don't know why Excel did that, but that's okay. Let's change that. And then these are all less than 20 as well. And then we're going to do more than 20 will be our other group. And we'll just arbitrarily divide it into two groups, just for the sake of this. I don't know if this is a great hypothesis or not. And then we're just going to resort. So we get everything in a nice order. Ooh, why did you do that? That's not what I wanted you to do. Shift down. Oh. There we go. I'm having a little troubles with my shift key right now. There. So now we sorted it again, and we have our less than and greater than 20. It's hard to see where the transition is, and that's kind of killing me. So I'm going to change this to 20 or greater. I'm just going to change the name of it so that's easier to see. Okay. And so now we have all these behaviors that they're doing. And we're going to say if it's less than 20, they'd be more vigilant, right? So we want to focus on vigilance. So let's get rid of everything that is not vigilant. Now, this seems like a lot because there's a lot of data entries. But the easiest way to do this is use this find and replace feature right here, right? And so let's start going through. We want to get rid of NA. And we're going to put NA, find what, and replace it with nothing. See, and now all those are gone. So vigilant is what we want. Next, let's get rid of alert feeding. That's all. Okay, I see other. Let's get rid of others. And you see how it's just dropping off these values. Foraging. Let's get rid of all those. Right. Or actually, probably the easiest way. I'm going to go back. What you should really be doing is you go to find and replace the like NA with a 0, right? So then you know that the value is still there. And now we're going to get rid of alert feeding, replace all, other, replace all, foraging, replace all. Now we got rid of all those. Let's get rid of social. Okay, and I think I got everything except for vigilant. So now we want to turn vigilant into ones. Small. And now we just have, I'm not sure if that's 1E, but we'll just get rid of that. 1E with 1 there. So now we have ones and zeros. It's all binary. But what we can do is we can insert a column here, and we just say time vigilant. And we do a sum of that, right? And so that tells us the total amount of time that any given squirrel spent being vigilant, right? So that squirrel only was vigilant at 3 time points. So now we come all the way down here, right? And we can see the total amount of time every single squirrel spent vigilant. So now our hypothesis is that the squirrels that were closer to the humans would be more vigilant than the ones that are further away. So let's do that. Less than 20, greater than 20. Okay, and then we're going to do the average, and then we will also do the standard deviation like we always do. And so the average of squirrels that were less than 20 is what we're interested in here. And so we just take this and we do an average, boom, and it's 4. And greater than 20 equals average, and so then we do an average of these, enter, and it's 3.95. Actually, it's virtually identical. Let's look at standard deviations. Oh, interesting. Okay, and so I'm guessing my t-test is not going to work out. Let's do my test. Variance equals larger standard deviation divided by the smaller. The value is 1.14, so we use equal variance. So here's our t-test. Test. I'm going to do a one-tailed hypothesis, and it is 2 sample equal variance. And yeah, sure enough, our t-test comes out to be about equal. And so that's kind of just a really, really easy way to do this. There's other ways that you could do this analysis if you really wanted to, but this is a valid approach, and I think it's one of the easier approaches. So this is what I would recommend doing. But yeah, if you got any questions, you guys know how to get a hold of us. So there you go.